Hello students, hope you are doing good. So in this lecture we'll be just seeing the JDBC connection, okay, practically, that how to connect a Java application to the corresponding database. Okay, so we'll see the practical demonstration. So first of all we have to create a database. So I have just opened the command line client for MySQL. Okay, so I will just write show databases. Okay, and the pre-installed databases have been reflected. Now we have to create our own database. Okay, so for example I want to create database, and name of the database, for example, info. Okay, so it says that one row affected. It means now the database has been created and it will be reflected in this list. Okay, so this info has been created. So now what we have to do, we have to use this database. Okay, so in order to create the table we have to use this database. So what I will write use info. Okay, so now it says database change. Now you can work with this database. Now the next step is you have to create the table inside this database. So it will be like create table, and name of the table is student. Okay, and then we'll just pass the parameters. Okay, it is the specification for this student. So we have to declare, so we have to use the name varchar. Okay, so the length is 20, for example, age, okay, integer, so I'm just assigning 4. Okay, and city. Okay, city varchar, and it is 20, the length is 20. So it says 0 rows affected. It means this query has been executed successfully. So now if I want to see the description of this table, so what I will write describe, and the name of the table, that is student. Okay, so as soon as I have just entered this command, a table has been reflected that shows the field, okay, the attributes and the type. Okay, so these are the attributes and the type. Now we have to assign the values. Okay, we have to insert the values corresponding to the name, age and city. So what I'll write a query insert into, okay, table name is student. Okay, insert into student values. Okay, it should be values. Okay, so for name, for example, I am writing, okay, Alex. Okay, and the age is, for example, 23, and the city is, for example, okay, New York. Okay, so it says one row affected. So again I'll just insert another value. So this is, for example, okay, Ram, age is 26, and city is Dehradun. Okay, again I want to insert, so this is Ajit. Okay, age is 35, and city is Haridwar. Okay, so these information I have just inserted in this particular table. So now I want to see, if I want to see these records, okay, what the information I have just inserted, so it can be executed with the help of a query. Okay, so we have to fire a query to this database so that all the values can be retrieved. Okay, so the query is select star. Okay, star means it has to, if this query, if I just fire this query select star from, okay, the database, the table name is student, then it will give all the records. Okay, it will give all the records, all the rows that are in this particular table. Okay, so there are 3 rows in the table. So for all these 3 rows all the values will be reflected. Okay, so for each attribute, okay, name, age and city for row 1, name, age and city for row 2, name, age and city for row 3 will be just reflected. Okay, so the output will be a complete table, okay, that contains the attributes name in one column, age in second column, and city in third column. Okay, row Alex 23 New York, row 1, Ram 26 Dehradun, row 2, Ajit 35 Haridwar, row 3. So 3 rows has been reflected. Okay, so the output is in the form of a table in which we are getting 3 rows. Okay, so this is the database that we have now created. Now what we have to do, we have to just retrieve these values with the help of the Java application. Okay, so now I am just retrieving this with the help of the database itself. Now what we have to do, we have to communicate with the database. We have to communicate with this database with the help of our Java program, with the help of our Java application, and this is the JDBC connectivity. Okay, Java database connectivity. So whatever I am doing, I am firing this query in database. Now I have to fire this query, okay, with the help of the Java application and retrieve this particular values. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just close it and I'll just create a program, okay, a Java application that will do this particular task for us. So I will just write main. Okay, so this main is here, and what I will do inside main, I will just write a try block. Okay, so inside a try block I will write, the first statement is we have to load the driver. Okay, so you have to remember the steps that I have told you. Okay, so it is the second step. Okay, the first step is you have to import, okay, java.sql .star. Okay, this is the first step that you have to implement. You have to import the package SQL. Okay, so all the necessary classes will be available to your program. The second step is you have to load and register the drivers. Okay, so it is with the help of class for name. Okay, so it's here class dot for name, and inside this what we have to pass, we have to pass the name of the driver. Okay, so the name of the driver is com dot mysql dot jdbc dot driver. Okay, so this you have to remember. So now the third step is you have to set the connection. Okay, we have to establish a connection now. Okay, so this is the explicit loading of the driver. Okay, and now we have to set the connection. So what we'll do, we will create a reference to this connection interface. Okay, so our reference con is created, and it is the reference of this connection interface. So connection is an interface now. So now what we'll do, we'll just use driver manager class. Okay, and this driver manager is having, okay, a method that is, you can see, get connection. Okay, so here what we have to use, we have to use this method get connection that contains the string URL, string user, and string password. So I have just, okay, just demonstrated, I have just in the previous lectures, okay, told you that this particular get connection method, okay, takes a database URL, okay, and a username and a password. Okay, so it will, okay, this get connection method, okay, will return an object, okay, that will be referenced by this connection reference. Okay, so this connection reference will refer to the object that will be returned by this get connection method of driver manager class. Okay, so what we have to write here, we have to write, okay, in the string we have to pass, okay, JDBC. So this is the database URL that we are passing, colon mysql colon, okay, localhost, okay, that is the local IP, local host, colon, port number, that is 3306, this is the default port number of MySQL. Okay, and here what we have to pass, we have to pass the name of the database. So what is the name of the database? The name of the database that we have created is info. Okay, so this is the database URL. Okay, and the next parameter is we have to pass the username. So the username is by default root, and you have to also pass the password here. Okay, so I have just created a password TOR, so I will be just passing this password. I'll be writing this password here. So this password is different okay, it is not same as it is. For you it might be that you have selected, you have set it a different password, so kindly don't write this password when you are creating this Java application. Okay, so whatever the password you have, okay, created at the time of installation of MySQL, that particular password you have to, okay, write here. So this is the password that I have created, so I have just write it here. Okay, so this is the particular step, okay, for the connection. So now I will just check, okay, whether it has successfully connected or not. So I will just write, okay, connection established successfully. So I will be just checking whether the connection has been, okay, successfully established or not. So I'll just write a catch, and inside this I will write exception AE, and I will just write sysout, and if there is any exception, if there is any error, then I will just write problem in connection or the driver is not loaded properly. Okay, so this is the statement that I am writing in my exception. Okay, so this is the user defined catch block in which the user is writing the message, okay, so that there is no vague message that will be reflected on the screen. So now we have to close this. Okay, so now let's check what is the output. So I am just trying to run this. It will result in an error because let's see what happens. So here you can see, okay, so the exception is there, and as a result of which, okay, an exception has occurred. Okay, again I'll just compile. An exception has occurred and it says problem in connection or the driver is not loaded properly. Okay, so there is some problem in the connection. It might be that it is not able to locate the driver. Okay, JVM is not able to locate the driver, or the driver is not loaded properly. So in order to solve this problem, what we have to do, we have to install, okay, the connector. Okay, now the connector is important. So the connector is the driver. So type 4 driver we have to install in our system. So we have to locate that particular type 4 driver in our project, so that the JVM can easily load that particular driver, okay, into our memory. Okay, so there is a problem that it is not able to locate the particular driver. So what we have to do, we have to now set the driver. So I have just told you that either you have to install the MySQL connector, okay, connector J, or when you are just installing the MySQL, okay, it is giving you an option to install the connector. So when you are installing the connector at the same time, then there is a folder, okay, the folder is, okay, there in your program file in which this particular connector has been, okay, installed. So the connector will be installed in the form of a jar file .jar. Okay, so it is installed in the form of a jar file. So what we have to do, we have to just, okay, locate, we have to set the path for that particular jar file so that it can be accessed, okay, through our program. So we have to set the path. Okay, why we have to set the path? So that the location must be, okay, the location must be identified by the JVM so that it can load that particular driver successfully in the memory. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to set the path here. So what we'll do, we will just right click on the project. Okay, so this is very important step. Right click on the project. Okay, and here you can see there is an option, okay, that is build path. Okay, so this you have to click on configure path. Okay, so on the configure path, okay, just you are just seeing these are certain tabs, so you have to click on this library. Okay, and here you have to, there are different options that add jars, add external jars, add variable. So what we have to do, we have to add an external jar file. Okay, external jar file, because that particular jar file, that particular driver is not a part of our Java library. Okay, this jar file is not a part of our Java library, so we have to install it. Okay, we have to install it for our project, so that each time when we are running the program, the path must be established. Okay, so we have to click on external jar. Okay, and we have to locate the location of that particular jar file. So here you can see, okay, the jar file is, I'll just, okay, this is the program files. In the program files folder, okay, so there is a folder MySQL. Okay, so inside MySQL there is a folder MySQL connector J. Okay, so there are different types of connectors, connector net. Okay, this is for .NET, but I am more focused on this connector J, that is for the type 4 driver for JDBC connectivity. So what I will do, I will just click on it and I will just click on this jar file. Okay, so here you can see this is an executable jar file. So the type is executable jar file and the size is 784 KB, so it is not too big. So just click on this, okay, and open it. Okay, so as soon as, okay, you just click on it, this particular jar file will be reflected on this Java build path. Okay, so you are just building the path, you are just trying your path, okay, to locate, so that your JVM could locate it, okay, in your project. So now what you have to do, you have to just click OK. Okay, so as soon as you click OK, so here you can see a referenced libraries. Okay, a reference libraries type of, okay, this particular package has been, okay, there. So it means that this has been referenced from, okay, from some external source. Okay, this is not a part of our Java application, this is not a part of our Java library, so this is a referenced library. So when you click on this reference library, so here you can see this MySQL connector, okay, Java 5.1.20 bin.jar has been, okay, has been located, and the path, here you can see the path is C program files. Okay, here you can see the path is C program files, okay, x86, and this is the path for this. Okay, so now let's try to run and see whether this program will be executing or not. Okay, so let's try to run and see whether the connection will be established or not. Proceed. Okay, so here you can see connection established successfully. Okay, so it means that now this particular jar file, this particular type 4 driver, so this is the type 4 driver. Okay, so our JVM has successfully located this driver in our project, and our JVM has successfully loaded this driver into our Java application. Okay, so this connection has been successfully established now. So now there is a link, there is a road. Okay, so just recall that particular figure that I have just, okay, discussed you in the previous lectures. A road, a link has been established. So now what you have to do, now you have to execute the queries. Okay, you have to create an statement object. Okay, you have to process, you have to send your requirements in the form of structured query language with the help of a vehicle, and the vehicle is the statement object. Okay, so we have to create the statement now. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. So now what we'll do, we will just create, okay, so this part is clear. So now what we'll do, we will just create the statement object. Okay, so this is statement. Okay, so the statement is the vehicle, okay, with the help of which your requirements will be transferred from the Java application to the database. Statement st is equal to, so this statement is an interface. Okay, so this is the reference, st is the reference of this interface. The statement st is equal to con dot. Okay, so con dot, what we have to do, we have to create the statement. Okay, so I've just remember the steps. Okay, to create the statement, you have to create the statement, so you have to just click. So here you can see create a statement object for sending SQL statements to the database. Okay, so with the help of this you can send the statements to the database. So just you have to click on this, and just this step is completed. Okay, so this fourth step has been successfully completed. Now what you have to do, you have to fire the query. Okay, you have to execute the query through this statement object. Okay, so the requirements you have to just send with the help of a query to the database. So what we will do, we have to write st dot, okay, so when you write st dot, so here you can see there are different things. Okay, so we have to write execute query. We are more interested in execute query. Okay, there are different, okay, methods under this, okay, statement. So it says that this particular method, okay, this particular method will return a single result set object. Okay, so execute query is the only method that will give you a result set object, okay, that will be required in displaying the result successfully. Okay, so inside this what we have to pass, okay, so inside this execute query we have to pass the query in the form of string. Okay, so the query is select star from, and the name of the table was student that we have created. Okay, and it will return a result set object. Okay, so it will return result set. Okay, so the result set is an interface and this is a reference to this interface. Okay, so this query execute query will return an object that will be referenced by this reference of this result set. Okay, and the result is installed in this result set. Okay, so now the next step is we have to process the results. Okay, now we have to process the results. We have to, okay, we have to process each record, each row. Okay, each row we have to process that what is in first row, what are the different columns. Okay, we have to process the second row. So we have to just use a condition while. Okay, so we have to use a condition while, so we'll just use it inside this. Okay, while rs dot next. Okay, so here you can see next is a method. Okay, so while rs dot next, so this is used, okay, this is used to process the results. Okay, to process the results, to fetch, okay, to fetch each record from the database. Okay, so now what we'll do, we'll just write sys out. Okay, and now what we have to do, we have to process the first column. Okay, we have to process the first column that contains the name. So what I will write, I will write rs dot, there is a method. Okay, so the name is in the form of a string. Okay, so the name is in the form of a string. So what we will write, we will write get string. Okay, so here you can see there are two things. Okay, the first is get string int column index, and the second is get string column label. So you can use either of these. Okay, either you can use the column index or you can use the column label. So what I will use get string. Okay, so I'll use get string, and inside this I will just pass the name of the column, that is name. Okay, so this is name. Okay, so the first attribute will be accessed. Okay, so now what we have to use, we have to just separate this. I'm just separating it with the help of a colon. Okay, I'm just appending this, plus the second is the age. Okay, so I'll just call the method rs dot get int. Okay, so I'll just using this int because it is in the form of integer. So I'll just write the column label. Okay, so the column label is age. Okay, so I'm just writing here age. You can write 1 or 2 also. Okay, you can write in integer also, and you can write in, okay, this string in this column label also. Plus we have to append. Okay, the next is the city. So I'll just write rs dot, it is in the form of string, get string, and the column index, the column label is city. Okay, so this I have completed. Okay, so it means that now this rs dot next will process first row. Okay, so as there are, if there are n number of rows, so each time this loop will be executed, the rows will be accessed. Okay, the rows will be, it is like an iterator. Okay, it is like an iterator. So now what we have to do, we have to close the connection. Okay, so we just write con dot close. Okay, so this is the seventh step. Okay, so this result set rs is equal to st dot execute query is the fifth and sixth step. Okay, that we have done simultaneously. We have this process, we have just processed this, okay, the results with the help of this rs next. So this is the processing of results, you can say. Okay, this is the processing of the results, and here the results are stored. Okay, results are stored in result set. Okay, and here you can see this is the connection established, and this is, okay, the requirements, the requirement for the query. Okay, the query that you will be firing. So we are just done, I think. Okay, so let's try to execute this and let's see what happens. Okay, so here you can see, okay, connection established successfully, and in our table, okay, there were three rows, okay, corresponding to three attributes. Okay, the first row is the name, that is the Alex. Okay, that is pertaining to the attribute name. Okay, the attribute age is 23 and the attribute city is New York. Okay, so the first record has been successfully, okay, retrieved. Similarly, second record has been successfully retrieved, and the third record has been successfully retrieved. So all the rows have been successfully retrieved by this Java application, okay, with the help of this JDBC connection. Okay, so here we can just see, okay, in our this particular database, that what are the entries. Okay, so if I write select, first we have to use the database, that is info, and we have to write select star from student. Okay, so here you can see there are three entries. Okay, there are three records, that is the Alex, okay, that is the name, age and city. These are the three attributes, these are the three columns. Okay, so these are the three columns. Okay, and in each column there are three rows. Okay, three rows are there. Okay, so these three rows have been successfully retrieved by our this program. So in this way we can see, okay, we have just seen that the database connection has been, okay, established, and we can retrieve the data in this type of manner. Okay, so the steps we have to remember, what are the steps? Okay, how to load the class, okay, how to set the connection, how to create the statement, okay, how to execute the query, and okay, store the result, and to process the result. These are the results. So thanks, and okay, practice some more questions. Okay, create some more database of your own and try to connect it with the help of the program that I have discussed.